Okay. I'll pull up some of the Smash footage. And
Are you weeping?
yeah, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Ren yells so hard. He passes out. I gotta show somebody.
He passes out for real. Wow, you actually passed out.
Wait, that's not real though. I can't tell if that's a bit or not.
Dan's totally like normal, casual, and Ren's just right here like.
Damn, dude. Ren, that's brutal.
There's like sound effects that play in your head when you watch this.
Between me yelling, I was like, Andine has won, and that's when I passed out. I don't remember that at all. I remember yelling, and the next thing I know, I'm lifting my head off of the table.
That's creepy, man.
I was almost gonna just like keep it a secret, and maybe it'd show up in the video, but I was like, because I didn't think anyone would believe me. I was like, I think I passed out.
I didn't really believe you.
Sometimes Ren over-exaggerates with stuff, and I was totally thinking like, oh, he didn't really pass out. Like, he just kind of got lightheaded. He legit passed out.
My wife would be able to explain it way better, she's a nurse, but basically it has to do with your blood pressure. It's the same thing as like if you've been sitting for a while, or especially if you've had like your head down or whatever, and you get up really quickly. One was probably diet. I hadn't really had much to eat. I probably had some caffeine in my system, so I probably had like sugar and whatnot, and that and just like tensing all the muscles of my body as I'm yelling, and then not getting enough oxygen immediately after that, because I continued into talking without breathing.
Andine has secured. Dean has won the championship. Congratulations to Dean on becoming the champion. Dean just won.
He's like, Dean just won.
Dean just won.
That's going in the video. There's no way it's not.
Oh, that's my favorite thing ever. I just want this on an endless loop as my screensaver.
I know. What? Crew cuts? What is that? Well, it's a brand new vlog series we've been putting out on quarterdigital.com. We've got like 30 episodes up at this point, I think. Daniel's been doing a really great job editing them together. And we have a whole other show that we've been working on called Functional Filmmaking. Check out the trailer now, and we got a vlog about it afterwards.
If you love learning from us and you've been yearning for a deeper dive into our knowledge, this is the perfect series for you. We're going to spend time with each member of the crew, and they're going to share a slice of their expertise with you in the first season of Functional Filmmaking.
I want to teach you how to make a story out of anything. Now, the thing about stories that are based in reality is that they often don't want to be caught. It all boils down to identifying conflict, challenges, fears, expectations. They're all around us. If you have the skills to find them, you can make a story out of anything.
I want you to be able to master any camera. At the studio, we have GoPros, we have Reds, and we have everything in between, and we need to make them all work together. I'm going to arm you with an understanding of digital camera technology and color science that'll let you take any camera, including the phone in your pocket, and get beautiful images out of it.
I am going to teach you how to visualize scientific concepts, things that perhaps aren't well understood, but easy to understand. And to explain how to do all of that, I'll be breaking down my videos and explaining the thought processes behind them. You might think the hardest part about making these videos are the effects, but really, that's like the easy part. The challenge is that there are millions of facts. So you need to develop techniques to process that information, not just for yourself, but in a way that brings context and meaning for others to understand as well.
I'm here to teach you guys how to make a CG model look photoreal. We're gonna break down the physical attributes that visually define objects so that we can recreate them in CG. These concepts apply across all 3D programs, so whether you're new to 3D or a veteran with some time to kill on the weekend, this class will open your eyes to a whole new world. I mean, honestly, like you'll be going on a walk and like looking at the ground, wondering how to recreate all these textures. You'll be staring at walls, zoning out, you know, during movies. Your girlfriend will be snapping, trying to get your attention, but you're just gonna be transfixed on the wall or on the ground. And
So if all that sounds like something that you want to learn, consider pledging your points to functional filmmaking so that we can make this show a reality.
So functional filmmaking has been greenlit and we're working on a lot of cool scripts for this series, but in order to execute it, we're going to need someone who has a really in-depth knowledge of our studio, an in-depth knowledge of all these different expertises we are bringing together, and ultimately someone who can shoot and edit this. So, I mean, I guess there's one person who used to work here that kind of knows all of that.
Carmichael's like the easiest person to work with. It's one of the people you can depend on just to get something done. Welcome, welcome. What's shaking, Bacon?
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Dude, feels like when I first started here.
Welcome back, C-Mike.
Oh.
What are your first impressions?
I mean, it's organized as
All right, Studio 3, we got production, me and Christian running it. Over here, we have the Corridor Crew channel. We got Dean, we got Nick, we got Chase. Someone, I can't think of who sits here. Who sit down with you?
I sit there.
I'm so sorry. And then over here, VFX. This is Clint. We have Ren. He doesn't even know what's happening. This is gonna be Matt whenever he decides that he wants to come work with the rest of us. And we have Peter.
Hey.
And over here we have Node. Griffin as well, he's working from home. And we have Nat, that works right over here. She has one of my favorite desks here. Look at her art. And then sweet, sweet, sweet Toby Flinderson is our office plant. He's just dealing with stuff right now. We're gonna love it, water it, nurture it, and he will get happier in time.
It was weird to think that Studio 4 would get crowded, but it did.
yeah.
Because I remember back in the early days, it was like we'd have one desk here, and then like
We had to
a link
run
back
across.
would be another desk. We have a whole freaking server now.
I've kept up. Daniel's work is really good.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
Well, today we're here to start working on Nick's episode.
Basically how we make the Corridor Crew videos, the thoughts that go into that, the process we follow. We've never really shown what goes into making a Corridor Crew video with such a magnifying glass.
I'm kind of shooting a BTS of the BTS. Your brain wants to film the most interesting thing. When you film Sam, Sam is obviously the most interesting thing. So I have to ignore that and just film Nick filming the most interesting thing. So it's a little trickery of the mind.
My favorite moment today was when there was 4 levels of BTS in the room. Yeah, because
Oh, headshot, boom!
me filming Sam, Carmichael filming me filming Sam, Daniel filming Carmichael filming me filming Sam, Jordan filming Daniel filming Carmichael filming me filming Sam.
We finally achieved the joke that we've always wanted to do, and it's now out of control. Within a single hour, it got out of control.
Jokes.
Comp that.
Oh, this. Oh, God. Oh, no.
I mean, how do I feel? When I worked here, it was less of just like show up and work and go home. It's grind, 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 work, work, work. The more time you spend there and how much you do in that space kind of bakes a place into your memory. It's familiar. It's like when you go visit your old school dorm or you swing by your parents' place, talking heads, education, talking about filmmaking. I've been doing it for years with these guys, and this is an opportunity to kind of like push it. I also like the fact that it's funded by the fans themselves. You guys greenlit Carmichael coming back temporarily. That's what you guys greenlit. This show has a chance to try something. We can risk an idea. I gotta make that good so that way you guys keep funding more stuff. I got a lot of like script directing and script editing to get done. I gotta stay focused and get the job done. My life has changed in the last 36 hours so much. I'm super excited about this.
So while we're all still busy working on functional filmmaking, guess what? Another show's already been greenlit called Son of a Dungeon. Here's the trailer.
Hey everyone, I'd like to introduce to you Son of a Dungeon Campaign 1. It's a D&D series that combines everything you know and love from our past series on Node, but this time we're adding a special little twist. We take great lengths to make elaborate, hilarious, and above all, unpredictable games, mashups, metagaming, and robust, character-driven, collaborative stories. We always take great care to put as much detail on the board as possible, but even with that, there are still limitations, which is why we're going to be adding a new, unique approach to this series. What better way to see what's happening in the game than to go into the game itself? As players above roll dice and make decisions, you'll get to see the results play out in this miniature universe. Combining our love of 90s game shows and visual effects, we're going to be creating a D&D show unlike anything you've seen before. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for about 13 years now, and what always keeps me coming back to it is the collaborative storytelling environment. As much as I can plan as a dungeon master, you can never account for what a player will do in the moment. That's why I love Dungeons & Dragons. So pledge those points, because we would love to make this show for you. There's a really cool idea here. So if I can recreate the whole terrain in 3D by photo scanning it, I'm hoping it could look a lot cooler. This is an experiment, no promises, okay? Let's do a test. I got some pieces here. And I got some caves, got some dungeons, taverns, stuff that's got organic edges, stuff that has straight edges. This is pretty simple geometry compared to this. This is way, 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 way higher detail than anything on here. So I think maybe as a little test, I'll throw like 1 or 2 character pieces down in there. Let's just see what happens. Photo scanning, no motion blur, no depth of field. It takes all day. I'm using reality capture, by the way. Tracks the scene and basically aligns the points in one shot to the next. And from there it creates a point cloud, and then from there it creates a mesh. All right, this is gonna take like 5 or 10 minutes. All right, fast forward. It's actually pretty good. It even got the holes through the windows here. Do you see that? Let's put a texture on this. Boom, texture. Now we wait. Yeah, let's just see. Hold on. I know, don't get too excited. This could still completely fail. Here's the thing, this looks cool, but will it stand up to like macro style shooting? Like if I put the camera down in there, close up. Oof, this concept is very close to being proven. Actually, I'm quite excited about this. I like messing with 3D models. It's just cool. It's cool like taking something that's in real life and then like recreating it and then being able to do anything you want with it. That's the allure of visual effects, you know, so you can bend reality and shape it to match your imagination.
The wooden floor looks great.
There's parts of it that look really good. There's also parts that don't look so great. See this dark stuff here? This is because it's in shadow and I'm like relighting it. And so there's just no detail here.
Flip your light around to match the lighting direction from when you took the picture.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We probably shouldn't use Octane for this. You know, it needs to be a kind of little faster to composite.
What about doing it in Unreal?
Not faster.
We need to invent a workflow that's hyper efficient and scaled to our production style.
Exactly. How do you make something look as cool as possible with the least amount of work? And that's super important for a show like this. But we need to find that like perfect balance. That would probably be the assumption moving into this. You should film everything locked up on the green screen.
See, I think if we can figure out a system to give us motion from the green screen quickly tracked into like After Effects, or like you get your shot and whether you set up live trackers.
No, you're right. I forgot, you're right. No, you just film it all with the phone. Using my extremely fast...
You want to film me on the green screen?
Yes, there's literally a green screen right there.
The guys at FX Home made this crazy app for your phone, which lets you record video and it gives you 3D tracking data at the same time. So Sam can film me on a green screen and get a real-time camera that's tracked the same way. So no tracking markers needed anymore on the green screen, none of that.
Oh, son of a dungeon, I got shrunk down and now I'm on a set. Maybe I'm in a tavern, maybe I'm in a cave. Boy, I sure hope I find my +1 great axe to help me not die.
It works. We're doing it. We're doing it. I hope we're doing it. Once again, I got carried away here, so I rendered out one additional little clip. I want to actually send this to the guys over at Dwarven Forge, the people who actually make these pieces that we're using.
Sometimes we'll make something, somebody else will see it, they'll get inspired, they'll make something cool.
Then it happens again. Someone brings over some new gear, we test it out, we play with it, we use it.
Our resources help inspire what we're going to do with them. When you get a new tool, it can do things a new way, it gives you a different perspective on things.
This is a really good way to show off what we're making and a good way to maybe make the world you're creating even cooler too. I'm excited about this. I'm sitting on vacation for 2 weeks. I'm just sitting there, I can't wait to get back and do some VFX tests.
When Sam gets into experiment mode on a project, it's invigorating and it's refreshing. The world of responsibilities melts away, the deadlines, the cash flow, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about any of that, and you're just, once again, doing something cool. I'm just doing stuff and trying to make the best thing I can. Having a buddy to work on stuff with is in return you just like playing. Like it's such a great way to inspire yourself. You don't get to do it every day, but it still happens.
All right, yeah, quarterdigital.com. It's a great place to be. Functional filmmaking is currently in production. We got the set built up over there. In fact, if you don't want to wait for that, crew cuts are already up. And coming early next year, Son of a Dungeon. I highly recommend you subscribe because if you do, you can actually put your points that you get from your subscription towards different shows that you want to see become a reality through our Greenlight feature. I think it's pretty sweet. On top of that, we have all this merch that you can get right now. I like this flannel thing. We also have this Bosstown t-shirt that is one of my favorite designs we've ever put out. But with your website subscription, you get 15% off every single item on the store. That's right, quarterdigital.com, Crew Cuts, Functional Filmmaking, Son of a Dungeon, coming out soon, but Crew Cuts is already out. Check it out now. And in the meantime, have a happy holiday. I know it's November.